Hello everyone from OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter, and it is a pleasure to be here in Waterloo, Iowa at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. And JBL, you are being inducted. Actually, by the time the people are watching this, you have been inducted, so congratulations.
Thank you. It's kind of hard to believe. You know, I'm here with Jerry Briscoe, who's an all-century wrestler at Oklahoma
All-century?
State. All-century. He was named the all-century team with his brother.
Right,
they had a 100-year team there at Oklahoma State, and Jerry was part of that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were just, since you and he are always shooting jabs at each other, I thought it was his age.
Well, no, he's well over 100.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
At last count.
But, you know, to be here with Danny Hodge, to be here with Animal the Road Warriors, the greatest tag team ever, I mean, this is pretty overwhelming. Yeah. It's really an honor to just be able to sit here. I'm a huge wrestling fan. So to be able to sit here and see all this stuff, this is an amazing experience for me.
Now, recently I read about this wonderful thing you were doing for a cause, and I'd like to, so many of our viewers here on One Wrestling probably aren't aware of it, so I'd like you to take some time and tell everyone out there what you did and what it was for and all the heights that you climbed.
Well, sure. It's 7summitsforkids.com, and I run a program in Bermuda. There's a 50% black Bermudian male dropout rate in Bermuda, and because of that, you have a lot of kids that get into trouble from that. When they drop out of school, they don't have much options, so there's a lot of gang problems in Bermuda, and I work with these kids that have been deemed probably underprivileged or at risk by society, and my idea was to raise money for these kids that I work with every day. And I want to climb, or at least attempt to climb, the 7 summits, which is the highest peak on each continent. And I just got back from Europe, Russia, which the Caucasus Mountains are actually considered part of Europe. Right. I climbed Mount Elbrus, which is the highest mountain in Europe. I didn't make it. I got to about 800 feet from the summit. We had climbed for
that close.
We were really close.
Wow.
Now you have to understand.
When you said we, how many other people were with you?
5 other people in my group.
Okay.
A couple had just gotten off Mount Everest, really good climbers, and now 800 feet is still 3 to 4 hours.
And you never had climbed mountains before?
I'd never climbed anything. I'm from Texas. We don't have we don't have any mountains.
Right.
No, I trained for 6 months. Lost about 30 pounds. We were climbing up to 10 to 12 hours a day, and at that altitude, it's indescribable the effort that comes from it. And I was up to, I was doing 18-mile hikes around Bermuda with a backpack, doing 3 hours a day on the stair stepper. So I was in shape.
Right.
But unfortunately, we got then 800 feet, and weather knocked us off the mountain. These mountains are also big. They have their own ecosystems. They have their own weather systems. So it's hard to predict weather. That's why people get up on mountains and people say, how do you get caught by a storm with so much good radar and stuff these days? The reason is because these mountains have their own weather system, and that's what happened to us. We were right below. We were in the saddle, which is between the two summits. All the hard climbing had been done.
Right.
We're probably 3 hours from the summit, 800 feet, and just got weathered off the mountain.
So people, did people give into this charity financially to pay for you to get up there?
No, not to pay for me at all. I was going
not to pay for you, but to be into the charity.
Yeah, and I want to make sure to make that distinction. Thank you. WWE is helping, and they're helping sponsor this. The main thing they're doing is helping me with the media. Getting the message out, but 100% of the money goes to the kids, the underprivileged kids that we work with. Not one dime will go to me or the airplane trip or anything like that.
That's great. Now, why Bermuda? How did you get tied into to that when there are so many other areas that have that same demographic?
My wife and I, my wife's in finance, and has to be in New York City, and I'm not a big fan of a big city. I grew up in a small country town, and Bermuda is...
That's why he and I would never get along.
Bermuda is only an hour-and-a-half flight away. It's one of the easiest flights in the world, so I was spending a lot of time there just because I felt so congested in the city, and I realized the problems they were having, and I offered to help with these kids that are having some problems, and so that's how the whole thing evolved. And now that I'm running the program, I'm literally there 6 days a week running this program.
That's great.
And so my wife comes over 3 to 4 nights a week from New York, and then spends the other in New York.
That's fantastic. Good. Now, do you have a presence on the World Wide Web if people want to keep up with what you're doing and this project, of course?
Oh, absolutely. I tweet all kinds of pictures. JC Layfield, have a Facebook page. 7summitsforkids.com.
The number 7 or the word?
The word spelled out.
Okay.
And also layfieldreport.com. I'm basically making that the page to keep up with everything. It's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know, I'm just a one-man shop, so I don't have. I've been a little slow developing stuff.
Okay. And last question, of course, people would say, well, why didn't you ask him this? Tell us what your current status is in pro wrestling with the WWE.
None.
Okay.
You know, and I'm not trying to be evasive. I did something about a year ago with Stone Cold, leading up to WrestleMania.
Right.
And they've asked me a couple times to do those things, and literally because of travel or something, I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. So I have a great relationship with WWE.
Yes.
And because of this 7 Summits, I'm probably going to appear on TV in some role, probably
right.
5 to 10 times a year, doing something.
That's great.
But they don't know what, I don't know what.
Okay.
So it's not a commentary role, it's not a general manager role. They have no idea. They just said, hey, you're going to have to come on occasionally to promote this, and I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay, so for all you JBL fans out there, I asked the question. JBL, thanks for being here on OneWrestling.com. A pleasure to see you as always.
And congratulations to you for going to the Hall of Fame. A well-deserved honor, Bill.
Thank you very much. And let's put your finger right out over there, as I always do, and say we'll see you at the matches. Yeah.